Oh, I checked out that Greg Berlanti is redeveloping his Green Lantern series for HBO Max with the upcoming DC project now revolving around fan favorite Jon Stewart. As I know, the upcoming Green Lantern Corps series will focus on Jon Stewart's story. I know it will not focus on Guy Gardner and Alan Scott. I noticed that fan favorite Green Lantern Jon Stewart will be involved in an upcoming science fiction project. In this upcoming live action series, I'm guessing that the Green Lantern Corps is undergoing a massive creative overhaul, but show-running writer Seth Gahame Smith has departed the series because he had completed so many scripts for a full season of 8 episodes. Although Flint Whitrock and Jeremy Irvin, who have portrayed Guy Gardner and Ann Scott, are not attached to the series. Although Berlanti Productions is producing what all that remains of the previous incarnation. I know this upcoming overhaul looks very interesting, that James Gunn will be involved in co-leading DC Studios with Peter Safran. Well, I noticed that Ryan Reynolds did portray Green Lantern in that 2011 movie, but that really bombed because I know it started the DCU franchise. I'm guessing Green Lantern was the first DC movie to set up the beginning of the DC extended universe. Although, what it could have looked like, I could have imagined. I don't know what happened to Jack Black's Green Lantern. I would have loved to see my favourite actor, Jack Black, being involved in Green Lantern. I know he's that fun-loving, kind of, chubby goofball actor. We would have loved him as Judd Plateau. He was an unused character who was a normal reality. He was a man who was normally a reality TV star, becomes the latest Green Lantern, and is forced to combat the threat of the Legion of Doom. However, Seth, who is Judd's best friend, is a comic book nerd that aids Judd out in his heroics. I know we would have loved him as that. I know the Green Lantern we all know and loved was supposed to be Jack Black. I really wished I could go back in time and stop his film from getting cancelled. My guessing, back in 1997, Quentin Tarantino had this idea of producing his own version of Green Lantern. In what he can imagine, there was an early concept of what the Parallax would have looked like. In this unused design of what the Parallax could have looked like as the main villain of Green Lantern, it looked very different. We would have loved to see Jack Black taking down the Legion of Doom, led by no other than what you usually saw, that notorious Mr. Mxyzptlk. I know this evil villain named Mr. Mxyzptlk was supposed to be the main villain of Green Lantern. According to the 1997 script, it could have looked like this. I would have loved to see Green Lantern battling Mr. Mxyzptlk, who has taken over the Legion of Doom, and he had all the villains. He hired them all to flush Green Lantern away from existence. If he had some sort of a kryptonite gauntlet. Wow. Does that sound anything familiar than how I learned from Danny Phantom? As I noticed that this so-called kryptonite gauntlet was an unused item that was supposed to be used for the unproduced Quentin Tarantino script. As I noticed, these kryptonite gauntlets look pretty good as kryptonite gloves. I would have loved to see Green Lantern using them. It would have been fun. As I noticed, it was dated around 2006, according to Smeagol's script, shared with Tarantino's script. I noticed that Ab Ben-Sur would be involved to arrive on Earth, choosing a human who had no fear to see his magic ring. Although Judd Plateau, who lives in Atlanta, has been chosen. According to this rumor, I would have loved to see this actor. Judd knew he never knew about fear, and he realized he was referencing Fear Factor. Did you know that The television series, better known as Fear Factor, might have inspired Total Drama. That was an Easter egg. And a rumored screenplay, the writer who would write the screenplay would have been the rumored Seth Rogen or the rumored Seth Green. However, it just fell flat because after Ryan Reynolds portrayed Green Lantern, his movie got bombed and I would never understand what happened. I know this movie, I would have loved to see this actor. It feels like I was completely destroyed about why Jack Black could have been Green Lantern. Can you imagine? It would have been like how I saw in, the most recent movie titled Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. As I know, it was based on the unproduced 1997 Green Lantern script. As I noticed, I would have loved to see him doing it. It feels like it's familiar, but as I know, I've noticed that the upcoming live-action series would focus on Jon Stewart, who originally debuted in 1971's Green Lantern issue 87. Well, he originally debuted on December 16th, 1971, was originally the second African-American superhero to appear in DC Comics. Although he did make his first appearance in the 2001 animated series titled Justice League, for some reason, in the 3-part episode series, the first 3 episodes, I noticed that despite Guy Gardner and Scott being absent, along with the highly favoured Hal Jordan, it seems that before we had Spider-Verse, we noticed that Jon Stewart was a new character created to replace Hal Jordan. As I noticed, he was the chosen one to make his appearance. Although he was planned to make an appearance in Batman the Animated Series at one point, but he never got the limelight to appear in it. Although his spotlight was stolen by one of those villains being the Penguin. But I'm thinking Joker and Riddler would steal his spotlight, or he should have appeared in it. I know this could have been better, but some things have to change. Yeah, I wish I could build a time machine and I need to think of something to build off. Oh, I wish I had a dream about Jack Black as Green Lantern. I would have loved to see that. I could imagine going back in time to create a script for Jack Black about Green Lantern. I'm hoping the Flash movie should recast Jack Black as Green Lantern. I'm hoping the chemistry between George McKay and Jack Black will be awesome. I would have loved to see him doing this. Maybe I could write a letter to him. I'll find his address and phone address. I'll find his address and I'll tell him you have to appear in the Flash. He would say, of course, it would be awesome for me to appear. And he would accept my offer and then I would watch it. I would feel completely happy. I would feel optimistic about seeing him. I would have loved him. I loved him in the first movie. Yeah. I would have loved him in the first movie. Oh, there's an Easter egg. You may know there's an Easter egg. This is what I would see it. Here's the one reason what Thor, God and Love and Thunder could look like if Jack Black was called the God Butcher. We'll find out. Huh? Oh, come on! Stop working. Oh, where's the hilarious God of Thunder video? I have to wait. I'll try it again. Oh, dude, where's the video? Nope. Oh, there it is. Uh-huh. There you go. I showed you the video and that's the true reason. So, yeah, I just have a lot of thinking to do. It took only $200 million for a movie to be made. As I noticed, it could have been better, but I wish Jack Black would have had that Green Lantern ring. If it wasn't for Ryan Reynolds' meddling around, if it wasn't for Sinistro's manipulation, I'm guessing it could have been better. But I know Jack Black could have been like Superman, had a ring for it. I'm guessing, you know what they say? When you're holding a precious thing on your hand, it's okay, and what should I think of? Some things never change. Yeah, I just don't get it these days. So, I have to tell you something. If you hit the like button and subscribe, you could see my video. Yeah. I only have my final words to say, so just cheerio.